Hello, my name is Alfred Mattingly, and this is my post-course assessment for 806. So the first learning objective has to do with being able to demonstrate the abilities and skills and knowledge of data analyses and research methodologies that are required for I/O contexts and situations. This is an area that I think I've improved in a lot for this course. The consulting challenges were fantastic for this. Both for getting a lot of experience with the various analysis techniques, as well as understanding how they fit into an I/O context as well, and what research really looks like in an I/O context. And just the repetition of doing the exercises and then applying them to a consulting challenge was really, really important for me to understand that. The second learning objective has to do with being able to select and implement the proper, appropriate technique and methodology for a given situation. This is an area I believe I greatly improved in. Again, the consulting challenges were an excellent teaching tool because it allowed me to understand really what real life situations would call for specific tests and specific analyses and specific understandings of when to use those analyses. Specifically, exploratory factor analysis and confirmatory factor analysis were two brand new concepts to me in this program. They were first introduced to me during my statistics class with Dr. Palmer, and so this was only the second time I'd ever used those techniques, but the consulting challenges really, really hammered home for me when to use them, what their differences were, and how to draw reasonable conclusions from them. So that was an incredible experience. The third and final learning objective for this course has to do with being able to communicate the research process and results both to people who understand the technical knowledge and language and people who do not. This is an area that I've improved in, but I could also improve upon it more. This is my first time really being able to verbalize stats and research results in a non-technical way. I've never had to do that before. And so being able to get practice in that was really great, but also showed that it was something I need a lot more experience in. So I'll be excited to improve that and make it as high quality as my technical communication is. Finally, I had set two objectives for myself. Being able to understand where the bias in research exists specifically for I/O situations and contexts, and being able to understand how communicating research can change depending on the culture. As far as research bias goes, I definitely found out a lot about some of the pitfalls of it. The review of adverse impact bias was huge for me and definitely an important area of our ethical responsibilities and obligations for research. And as for being able to communicate in a multicultural context, that simply isn't a topic that one can learn everything about in an 8-week period, obviously. So that's an area that I'm excited to learn more about as I continue my research into it. So I just want to say thank you so much for the opportunity to learn so much excellent material in such a short amount of time, and I really appreciate your teaching me all of this and giving me room to grow.